Most common types you need to aware of. You are interested in what is credit risk. 6 most common types you need to aware of, right? So let's go together. Credit of Amkit.info. Look forward to seeing this article right here. Currently, as we all know, credit in commercial banks is an important business that brings in revenue to maintain the apparatus and accumulate profits. However, this activity is also considered to have many potential risks that commercial banks always face. In this article, let's join Credit.Amkit.info to answer the question, what is credit risk? And learn about the 6 most common types you need to be aware of. 1. What is credit risk? Why it matters. What is credit risk? The risk of loss that occurs when a borrower fails to repay a loan or meet their financial obligations is referred to as credit risk. When a lender provides credit to a borrower, the lender assumes the risk that the borrower will default, resulting in the lender losing some or all of the money lent. Credit risk is an unavoidable component of lending and investing, and it can manifest itself in a variety of contexts, including personal loans, mortgages, business bonds, and others. Credit risk is important because it can have serious financial consequences for both debtors and lenders. Borrowers' ability to access credit in the future may be impacted by credit risk, as a history of missed payments or defaults can harm their credit score and make it more difficult to acquire loans or credit cards. Credit risk can result in losses for lenders if borrowers default, affecting their profitability and financial security. Credit risk can have wider macroeconomic consequences in addition to these individual level effects. For example, widespread mortgage or other debt defaults can add to a financial crisis or recession, as seen during the 2008-2009 global financial crisis. As a result, credit risk management is a crucial component of financial stability and economic growth. 2. Factors that influence credit risk. Credit risk can be influenced by a number of factors, including the borrower's credit history, income, and assets, the terms of the loan or credit agreement, and wider economic and market conditions. A borrower with a poor credit score and few assets, for example, may be more likely to default on a loan than a borrower with a good credit history and plenty of collateral. A loan with a high interest rate or unfavorable repayment terms, on the other hand, may raise the risk of default, whereas a loan with more favorable terms may lower the risk. 3. What is credit risk? Some common types you need to aware of. 3.1 Default risk. Default, the chance that a borrower will default on their loan or credit agreement, either by failing to make payments or by failing to repay the entire amount owed, is referred to as default risk. Personal loans, mortgages, business bonds, and other types of debt can all go into default. When a borrower defaults, lenders and investors may experience financial losses because they may not be able to recoup their entire investment. The borrower's industry or sector is one of the common factors that can add to default risk. Some sectors, such as energy or retail, may be more vulnerable to economic fluctuations or other external variables that can affect debt repayment. Furthermore, changes in market conditions or government regulations can have an impact on default risk, as seen during the 2008-2009 global financial crisis, when widespread defaults on subprime mortgages added to a wider financial crisis. 3.2 Credit spread risk. What is credit risk? Credit spread risk is the potential for losses resulting from changes in the difference between the yields on two different types of debt securities. When credit spread widens, it means that the yield on the riskier security has increased relative to the risk-free security, which can lead to a decrease in the value of the riskier security. Investors can manage credit spread risk through techniques such as duration matching, yield curve positioning, and using credit default swaps to hedge against the risk of default. 3.3 Counterparty risk. The risk that one party in a financial deal will default on their obligations, resulting in financial losses for the other party, is referred to as counterparty risk.